Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Karisa Faradila Subianto, NPM J1D 021057. Here's I want to reading page number 49 and 50. So, if you want del times a prime is 0, we just have to pick our gauge transformation G to obey del square. G is mean side, but this is just the Poisson equation again, and we know from our discussion in section 2 that there is always a solution. For example, we can write it down in integral form using the green function. Something a little misleading: the magnetic scalar potential. There is another quantity that is sometimes used called the magnetic scalar potential, omega. The idea behind the potential is that you might be interested in computing the magnetic field in a region where there are no currents and the electric field is not changing with time. In this case, you need to solve del times B is 0, which you can do by writing B is minus del omega. Now, calculation involving the magnetic fields really do look identical to those involving the electrical field. However, you should be wary of writing the magnetic field in this way. As we'll see in more detail in section 5.3.1, we can always solve two of Maxwell's equations by writing E and B in terms of the electric potential P and vector potential A, and this formulation becomes important as we move on to more advanced areas of physics. In contrast, writing B is mean del omega is only useful in a limited number of situations. The reason for this really gets to the heat of the difference between electric and magnetic fields. Electric charge exists, magnetic charge don't. 3.2.3 Biot-Savart law. We're now going to use the vector potential to solve for the magnetic fields B in the presence of a general current distribution. From now, we'll always assume that we're working in column gauge and our vector potential obeys del times A is 0. Then Ampere's law becomes a lot easier. We just have to solve del square A is minus mu 0 multiplies G. But this is just something that we've seen already. To see why, it's perhaps best to write it out in Cartesian coordinates. This then becomes three equations. Del square A sub I is minus mu 0 times J sub I. I is 1, 2, or 3, and each of these is the Poisson equations. It's worth giving a word of warning at this point. The expression del square A is simple in Cartesian coordinates where, as we've seen above, it reduces the Laplacian on each component. But in other coordinate systems, this is no longer true. The Laplacian now also acts on the basis vectors such as R and P. So in this other coordinate system, del squares A is a little more of a mess. You should probably use the identity del squares A is minus del times of del times A plus del's quantity del times A, if you really want to compute in these other coordinate systems. Anyways, if we stick to Cartesian coordinates, then everything is simple. In fact, the resulting equations are of exactly the same form that we had to solve in electrostatics. And in analogy to 2.21, we know how to write down the most general solution using green function. It is A sub I of x is mu 0 all over 4p integral d cube x prime times j sub I of x prime all over absolute x min x prime. Or if you're really feeling bold, you can revert back to vector notation and write a of x is mu 0 all over 4p integral d cube x prime of j of x prime all over absolute x min x prime, where you just got to remember that the vector index on A links up with that on J and not on X or X prime. Checking column gauge. We've derived a solution to 3.12, but this is only a solution to Ampere's equation if the resulting A obeys the column gauge condition. Del times A is 0. Let's now check that it does. We have del times A of x is mu 0 all over 4p integral d cube x prime times del times quantity g of x prime all over absolute x min x prime, where you need to remember that the index of del is dot with the index of j, but the derivative in del is acting on x, not on x prime. We can write del times A of x is mu 0 all over 4p integral d cube x prime times j of x prime times del quantity 1 over absolute x min x prime equals min 0 equals min mu 0 all over 4p integral d cube x prime times j of x prime times del prime quantity 1 over absolute x min x prime. Here we've done something clever. Now our del prime is differentiating with respect to x prime. To get this, we've used the fact that if you differentiate 1 over absolute x min x prime with respect to x, then